Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel ST's Notable Biology. In our previous video, we have discussed about reproduction in organism. That was actually introductory part. In this video, we are going to discuss about asexual reproduction in detail, and it is the second part of the chapter reproduction in organism. See, as we know that reproduction is of two types, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Let's see the definition of these two terms. Asexual reproduction. When offspring is produced by single parent with or without the involvement of gamete formation. See what the definition is telling, that there is only involvement of single parent and there is no necessary of what? Gamete formation. Okay. Next, sexual reproduction. When two parents of opposite sex participate in a reproductive process and also involve fusion of male and female gamete. See, as compared to asexual reproduction, in a sexual reproduction there is a requirement of what? Two parent which are of opposite sex, and there is a necessary of fusion of male and female gamete. Let's see the examples of asexual reproduction. As we know, there is only involvement of single parent and there is no necessary of formation of male and female gamete. See, this is a picture of hydra plant. Hydra plant, actually it is an aquatic plant. Aquatic means what? The plants means aquatic. Aquatic means water. Aquatic plants means the plants which grow in water. Okay. Reproduction is, see, this is a hydra plant, and in this hydra plant we can see there is a small outgrowth from the parent hydra. Okay. See, the tiny bump appear on a parent hydra. Next, what happen? This outgrowth develop as a bud. Okay. This outgrowth develop as a bud and it grows and get maturity. It means it attain the maturity. After attaining the maturity, this hydra, means this newly formed hydra, it get detaches from the parent hydra. Okay. And it will grow in a new hydra plant. This is the best example of asexual reproduction, in which there is only involvement of what? Single parent. See, in this example, this is the example of what? Bryophyllum leaf. Okay, on the edges of this leaf we can see there are number of smaller leaves. Okay, each leaf, means each small leaf have adventitious root. When any of this leaf detaches from the parent leaf and come in contact with a soil, that will grow into a new plant. This is also a best example of what? Asexual reproduction. See, this is a very common example actually. If you cut a twig from a plant and you pot that into a new pot, okay, this cut section will grow into a new plant. So, this is also an example of asexual reproduction. Up to there we have seen that there is involvement of single parent. There is no necessary of two parent as in case of sexual reproduction. Okay, there is an involvement of what? Single parent. And this is important point. See, whatever the offspring are producing from a asexual reproduction, they are exact copy of their parent. See, this is very important point. And there are some examples. Okay, budding in yeast and binary fission in amoeba, asexual reproduction. They are the example of asexual reproduction. Let's see. Before going to the examples, we should know that asexual reproduction can occur, means it occur in single cell organism. whatever the organisms they have single cell, we can see the asexual reproduction, and it is also very common in plants. Okay, asexual reproduction can also occur in animal with simple organization. See the term binary fission. Okay, binary fission is nothing but a process through which asexual reproduction occur in amoeba and paramecium. Let's see what is this binary fission. See, division of a single cell into two or more parts. What it is? Division of single cell into two or more parts. Each parts grow into adult. In this figure, you can see that a single cell is dividing into two new daughter cells. Later, these cells they grow and they appear in new adult cell. Okay, this kind of binary fission we can see in amoeba and paramecium. See, in this figure, a parent cell, this is a figure of amoeba. A parent cell is dividing into two cells. Okay, this is amoeba and it is dividing into what? Two cells. These two cells later they grow and attain maturity and they appear as adult amoeba. Okay. This kind of binary fission we can see in a paramecium. In your book, they have given certain structures. Okay. Certain structure through which asexual reproduction occur in simpler plants. For example, algae, fungi, sponge, hydra. See, in algae, asexual reproduction occur through zoospore. In fungi, example in Penicillium, asexual reproduction occur through conidia. In sponge, through gemmules, and in hydra, through buds. We have seen how the asexual reproduction occur in hydra in our previous slide only. See, these are the pictures which are given in your book. In first, this is a picture of what? Algal cell. Okay. When this algal cell grow and attain maturity, it releases the spores and each spore grown into a new algal plant. And in second, this is a fungal plant. Okay. This small round structure on the top, they are called what? Conidia. When they detaches from the parent plant and fall into ground, they grown into a new fungal plant. Okay, we have seen this hydra. Let's talk about this sponge. In sponge, asexual reproduction occur through the gemmules. These smaller round pebble-like structures which are appearing in this diagram, you can say these as gemmules. Okay, through gemmules, asexual reproduction occur in a sponge. So in plants, structure like runner, rhizome, sucker, tuber, offset, bulb can give rise to new offspring. These structures are called vegetative propagules. Basically, this is a definition of what? Vegetative propagules. In our previous slide, we have seen the asexual reproduction is occurring through zoospore, conidia, gemmules, buds in simpler plants. But in our complex plant, these are the structure: runner, rhizome, sucker, tuber, offset, bulb. Means these structure can give rise to new offspring. Okay, and we can call these structures as vegetative propagules. Let's see in very detail what are these structures. See. Before proceeding, there is one question. Are you aware of the plants like potato, sugarcane, ginger and banana are cultivated? See, have you seen a small plants emerging from the buds called eyes of the potato, tuber, from the rhizome of banana and ginger? See, when you carefully try to determine the site of origin of the plants which you are seeing in a slide, you will notice that they are invariably arise from the nodes. Nodes are nothing but means they are present in the modified stems of these plants. See, when these nodes they come in contact with the damp soil or water, they produce roots and new plants. Similarly, adventitious buds arise from the notches present at the margins of leaves of bryophyllum. We have seen the bryophyllum. Let's talk about the vegetative propagules of angiosperm. First, rhizome, a stem of some plants that grows horizontally along or under the ground and produce roots and leaves. See, rhizome is modified stem grows horizontally. Okay, it is a modified stem grows horizontally, and there are distinct nodes and internodes are present, and there is a appearance of apical bud at axillary region. Axillary means at the top region, and adventitious roots are present at the ventral sides. See, you can observe in this picture there are adventitious roots are present at the ventral sides means below sides. Examples of rhizomes are ginger and turmeric. Next one is runner. Runner is also called as stolon. Stolons are stem which grows at the soil surface or just below the ground that form adventitious root at the nodes and new plants from the buds. See what the runner actually is. It is a stem. Okay, see, it is a stem which grows at the soil surface, and on these stems there are presence of certain nodes. Okay, certain nodes. Through these nodes there is a appearance of what? Adventitious roots, and at the point of the node there is a growth of new plant. Like this, here you can see the growth of new plants. So these are the examples of what? Vegetative propagules. Next one is sucker. This picture tells everything about what the sucker is. See, a sucker is a shoot that develops from a lateral bud. From where it is developing? From a lateral bud on the rhizome. On the rhizome, and emerges from the soil, usually near the parent plant. Let's talk about the bulb. See the definition. Underground bud that sends down roots and consists of a very short stem covered with leafy. See, bulb, very common example of bulb is onion. In onion is nothing but a underground stem modification, and adventitious roots grow towards the soil. Okay, this fleshy part, okay, these fleshy scaly leaves which are eaten, they grow above the soil, and aerial axillary buds produce new plants. These aerial axillary bud, they produce what? New plant. And this part of the onion is a edible one. Next one is tuber. Tubers, underground storage organ. What are these? These are underground storage organ formed by the swelling of an underground stem which produces buds and store photosynthetic metabolites, nutrients, forming a seasonal perinating organ. Example, potato. Best example of tuber is potato. From potato we can understand. See, in this potato there is a half moon like structure called eye. Okay, this kind of half moon like structure called potato eye, which indicate the position of nodes and internodes. We know whenever the new plant is arising from a rhizome, from where it is arising? From node only. So node is the place from where there is a arising of what? New plant. Okay. So these eyes indicate the position of nodes and internodes. And one more point, tubers have no roots. We can see the scaly leaves and axillary buds are present. These are the axillary buds, but they have no roots. So let's talk about the offset. Okay, an offset is a tiny plantlet that develops a side shoot at the base of plant. Several can form a clump at the base of a parent plant. Some examples are mother-in-law tongue and aloe vera. See, aloe vera is very common example. In the aloe vera plant, we can see the offset. In this picture, you can see there is a tiny plant. Okay, what it is? Tiny plantlet which is growing near to the parent plant. If we take or if we cut this tiny plant and we grown into new pot, it will grow it will grow successfully. Okay, this is also a example of what? Vegetative propagules. Next one is, let's see what is vegetative propagation. Okay, vegetative propagation also called as asexual propagation because there is involvement of several plant parts for reproduction. In previous slides we have seen how there is a use of plant parts for the reproduction, and this technique or this ability is fully exploited by gardeners and farmers for commercial propagation of such plants. See, this is a beautiful plant. Okay, this is having the amazing leaves and beautiful structure of flower and beautiful shapes of the shape of leaves is also very unique one. So this plant is introduced in India because of its shape of leaves and beautiful flowers. Basically this is a aquatic plant. What it is? It is a aquatic plant and the name of this plant is water hyacinth. Okay, water hyacinth. What these plants do means it drain oxygen from the water. Okay, it drain oxygen from the water which lead to the death of fishes, and it is found in standing water. Draining oxygen is very negative point. Okay, drain oxygen from a water which will lead to the death of fishes. And vegetative propagation, the time of vegetative propagation of this plant is very short. In a very short period of time, this plant can propagate and spread all over the water. That's why this plant called as terror of Bengal. Okay, the name of plant is water hyacinth, and it is commonly called as terror of Bengal. So let's discuss about one question. How does the progeny formed from asexual reproduction differ from those formed by sexual reproduction? Yet we haven't discussed about the sexual reproduction, but we can answer this question. Let's see. See, the progeny formed from a asexual reproduction differ from sexual reproduction because asexual reproduction skips meiosis and fertilization. Yet we haven't discussed about the sexual reproduction. This meiosis and fertilization, they are the process of sexual reproduction. If they are the process of sexual reproduction means they will not occur in asexual reproduction. Okay. Second one is due to involvement of only single parent in the reproductive process. We have seen there is an involvement of single parent. Okay, due to the involvement of only single parent in reproductive process, they produce offspring which are genetically identical. We have also seen that whatever the progeny is producing from asexual reproduction, they are the exact copy of their parent. Exact copy of their parent means what? They are having same genetic characters, means they are genetically identical to their parent. Next one is progenies are exact copy of their parents, which is called what? Clone. So, whereas the progeny produced from a sexual reproduction carry parental as well as new genetic combination and have new phenotypical trait along with parental one. So, we'll discuss the sexual reproduction in our next part. Let's see. See, we have seen how the progenies are when they reproduce from a asexual method. But whatever the progeny are producing from a sexual reproduction, what they carry their parental character first. They carry parental character as well as new genetic combination. Okay, because there is a genetic recombination occur, and they have new phenotypical trait. New phenotypical trait means the physical appearance is unique to their parent. Okay, this was all about the asexual reproduction. We have also discussed one question according to the concept. Okay, in our next part we'll discuss about the sexual reproduction. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Thank you and have happy learning.